Once upon a time, in a small village nestled by the sea, lived a young lad known as the Peerie Fool. He was called so because he spent his days singing silly songs, dancing on the hills, and making up riddles that no one could understand. The villagers thought him simple, but what they didn't know was that the Peerie Fool had a heart full of kindness and a mind sharper than they realized. Not far from the village stood a grand castle, where 3 beautiful princesses lived. One fateful day, a wicked sorcerer cast a spell on the princesses, trapping them in a tall tower deep in the forest. The king, desperate to save his daughters, declared that whoever rescued them would win a chest of gold and the hand of one of the princesses in marriage. The bravest knights and strongest warriors from far and wide tried their luck, but the sorcerer's magic was too powerful. No one could reach the tower. When the Peerie Fool heard of the plight of the princesses, he decided to try. The villagers laughed. "What can a fool like you do?" they jeered. But the Peerie Fool only smiled, took his harp, and set off toward the forest. As he wandered through the trees, he came across a crow with a broken wing. "Poor bird," he said gently, mending the wing with a piece of cloth. The crow cawed gratefully and flew away. Further along, he found a deer tangled in brambles. "Don't worry, I'll help you," said the Peerie Fool, freeing the animal. The deer bowed its head in thanks and bounded off. Finally, he came upon a stream where a fish lay stranded on the bank. "Back you go," he said, lifting it into the water. The fish flicked its tail in gratitude and swam away. When the Peerie Fool reached the tower, the sorcerer appeared in a cloud of smoke. "What hope does a fool have against my magic?" he sneered. The Peerie Fool plucked his harp and began to sing a tune so sweet that even the sorcerer paused to listen. While he played, the crow swooped down and snatched the sorcerer's wand. The deer charged at him, and the fish leapt from the stream, spraying him with water. With the sorcerer's powers broken, he fled in fear. The spell on the tower dissolved, and the Peerie Fool freed the princesses. They marveled at his bravery and wit. The king was overjoyed and asked which princess the Peerie Fool wished to marry. But the lad only smiled and said, "I'm no prince, just a fool, but I'll always be your friend." From that day on, the Peerie Fool was no longer seen as foolish, but as the wisest lad in the land. Moral: kindness and cleverness are greater than strength.